Happiness Challenge. Thank you for watching the encore just previously. Now, the encore, day 46, was all about the projections of the hero's journey from our lineage, okay? So after we've explored that, we've taken some time, now we get to explore how the hero's journey has been projected onto ourselves, okay? So social media, movies, music, the news, literature, that's filled with tales of heroism and heroism. So think back to the tales of heroism that you are exposed to through the lens of our society. So not your lineage, just your society. So this would look like maybe from school. This could look like from your job after you've kind of left the nest. This could also be influenced as you're in the nest and perhaps you started shaking up some of the projections that your family had or evolving the projections that your family had of the hero journey while you were there, okay? And that could be part of a hero journey yourself, right? The possibilities are pretty open in that. But what are the qualities that the society deems as a good hero, okay? What makes up a good hero from the society's standards? Also, what is a worthy hero journey from society standards? Chances are your journey from your lineage is a little, or the hero journey from the lineage is a little bit different than the hero journey from society. And the reason for that is because it's just it's got a, how do I say this? There's a myriad more, or an expanded amount of experiences that you can get to when you are outside of your lineage, okay? This one lens gives you a certain perspective, now this other lens gives you a new one. So, again, in the previous video, I stated that the hero journey was popularized by Joseph Campbell, and you can also call the hero's journey a monomyth. So it kind of makes all stories of adventure into one. And technically, there's actually 17 different parts to a hero's journey, but I'm not going to sit here for 5 hours talking all about those things. So I encourage you to go and look on the interwebs. Wikipedia is a great one-stop shop if you want to look up hero journey, and you can see all those delineations. And perhaps it will give you some inspiration in identifying where this hero's journey is playing out for you, okay, in response to society. And so going from there, our society, it's rife with examples of what we identify as a hero's journey to be, okay? We can look at the careers we choose. We can look at the hobbies, the sports, collectibles, perhaps, politics, agriculture, our economy. I mean, we can look at religion. There's just a myriad of examples. It's far greater of a space to examine a hero's journey than it would be from the lens of the lineage. So when we look at that, though, with the society standards, we also come to this understanding that almost everybody is playing out some type of hero journey. And how interesting is that? That so many people would identify with a journey, and they're not going to necessarily be the same journey that we identify with, or you identify, or I identify with, right? So isn't that really interesting how they all can play out at once, and that they're all true, based on the perceptions and perspectives of everybody who's going through them? It's very interesting on that part. So we get to come back to this, like, why did we adopt a specific way of viewing what a hero journey is? Why are we inspired to go that way? It's pretty interesting. So what we can look at from this is that perhaps I'm caught in a couple hero journeys, or maybe there's also a hero journey that I don't even know I'm in right now. And when we go out to the eagle perspective and we leave the body, the lens of our body, the lens of our eyes, and we start to expand and look through the lens of other people, through the lens of society, we get to look from the top down and say, wow, what is the journey I'm on right now? And why? And then we can ask, like, what character are we playing in this hero journey? Are we the hero? Are we a side character? Because we are side characters in everybody else's story. Am I playing a side character in my story? Am I derailing myself from this hero's journey, from progressing through it, right? It's very interesting. Is the story I'm on right now even for my greatest and highest good, or am I being bogged down by something? by stagnicity and mediocrity for some reason? Yeah, all really good questions to explore within this space. It's just really expansive. So what I would like for you guys to explore is like, is there a hero journey that is very resonant and it's very inspirational, that brings meaning to your life that you've seen from society? And let's go ahead and make sure that we separate out, and it usually has to do with the time frame of how society, I'll go this way with society. Society's hero journey stories and the lineage hero journey stories are a little bit different. Generally, it has to do with the proximity of time and how we mature through it. And vice versa, perhaps the society story has actually played a huge role in influencing your lineage story, okay? And if that's the case, how can you look at other stories, okay? Because our lineage is not a good representation of the entire society. It's only a small sample portion, right? So we can look at like how careers, let's say, how in the lineage our careers showed up in one way, and we were inspired to go on to do something. Perhaps this influenced where you went to college or what degree you were starting to get. And then when you were in college, you shifted degrees or you shifted a career later in life. That would be the influence of society, okay? So understanding that you're moving or transitioning to a new hero journey is very, very applicable to understanding the growth, let's say, the growth that you're taking right now to truly understand who you are, okay? So it's an interesting pin drop, so to speak, or an interesting time stamp of the evolution from adopting like who you are out from who you were told you were. And these are just the projections of society. So everything that we're learning in this space, we're trying to understand the projections. If you have already broken free from all these things, perfect, that's great. And chances are we're also repeating one, or we've adopted a new one and we don't even know. So just keep that in mind. So for this one, what we would like to know, of course, is how is the projections of society's heroes' journeys been influencing you? Where are you being called to go? How are you being called to play bigger in the world? And is that really where you want to be? Or is there something else that's calling you? An internal understanding of why you're here on this planet, okay? Because, yeah, I mean, it's great to have, it's great to have Stephen Hawking in the world, but we don't need 100,000 of them, right? It's great to have a Michael Jordan, but we don't need 100,000 of them. So we can understand the projection that something might have been placed onto our life, and now we're leading a life that is not completely aligned with us. So we're just trying to understand how these projections have affected us, okay? So how they've affected us and our influence on the planet. Let me make that big clear. So to delineate from your lineage to the society, generally the stories of the society have us influencing the entire society. Generally, the stories of our lineage have us influencing our lineage a little bit more, okay? There's more proximity there. So go ahead and make your share. Talk about how you've noticed these things play out and how they're influencing you. Are you aligned with it? Are you being called to a new hero journey? All of that stuff. Use the hashtag of 90-Day Happiness Challenge, and also you can tag me, Matthew McLean, Shamanic Happiness Coach. Reach out to me. Of course, you can email me, send an email to matthew@shamanichappinesscoach.com. You can also send me a text or a call if you need some help at 775-800-4271. And you can find me on Facebook, okay? Send me a direct message there. Anything that you need, I am here for your help. So without further ado, enjoy your day with light and love. I say namaste. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.